things that I've listened to in my life have led me in certain directions.
Wasn't until I got burned that I witnessed the heat. I didn't know exactly how fatal a witness could be.
That's good. All right. Let's go to the next one. Something happened to do. It's not real bad. So, everybody ready? Yeah. It's the legacy. It's the legacy. Live energy gathering all conscious youth.
Live from San Quentin, California.
Yeah. And I'm Lazarus. Yeah. Let's do it.
2008.
Evil clutching me, I gained so much to this life. Searching for truth, I rode through the streets of hell twice. Police on my trail, crucified like Jesus with nails. In between life and death, and death, and death, the rest that I dwell. Evil clutching me, I gained so much to this life. Searching for truth, I rode through the streets of hell twice. Police on my trail, crucified like Jesus with nails. In between life and death, and death, and death, the rest that I dwell. I gained so much of myself to push. Guns and full clips of bullets, drugs, gangs, and pulpits. I flip rocks and the cash from cuts and smoke split, broke chicks and drove some cold wits. Survive, hatred in his life, make tricks where they grind, take kicks in his vibe. Fake shh, it's like modern day Egypt, geometry even. Triangles of sin with squares to stop it from breathing.
What you say can have the same effect on you as what you just. I look at the music that I put out in the past, over a decade ago now, the album that I put out, and if a person had only that to go on in judging my character, because that was part of the reason why I got convicted too. Got convicted of murder was because they played my album in court, and I could tell that when the jury heard it, they were like, it was a wrap for me. You know what I mean? It was over.
I was calm as fuck, watching Menace to Society, planted out my brain, strapped right beside me. I had fat scratch and a blunt in my mouth, watching O-Dog smoke niggas from the couch, watching for that.
Knowing the effect that it had on me, giving me life in prison, it was a must that I change the content of my lyrics and start to look at music differently.
I'm having it hard, carrying scars to kids, trying to hold your head for your dude in the pen. Cost of living is high, just barely you're getting by, convocated by life. At night you sit and cry, but gradually you form a strategy to pull through. And the day you go to work and at night you go to school.
Now I'm in school, now I'm in the penitentiary going to school. And trying to get my degree and everything, and stuff that I could have gave a lot of myself to doing that in the first place. So
this might have been the most beautiful experience I had to have. Because I believe this: if you change the way you look at something, then that what you look at changes. And I use this as a blessing instead of a burden. San Quentin has been nothing but a blessing for me. So since I look at it that way, that's what it's become for me.
I played with fire, and now here's the after effect. I'm on the yard with killers strapped and coming after my neck. Often struggle in life like a Sada Shakur, cause suckers often get at me like I shot them before. They say my face is young, yet my eyes are old. Now could I get you to trust me once the lies have been told? Through the game, it wasn't fair when I got in this ish, but didn't think my life would fall into a bottomless pit. If I could do it again.
Pretty much a good kid, you know. Grew up in South Central Los Angeles in a gang-infested environment, and I chose to go the opposite route of the gangs, and that had a negative effect in my life because I was treated as an enemy. So going through being attacked several times, you know, I decided one day that I wasn't gonna take it anymore, and I fought back, and that pretty much brought me to prison. And to put it out point blank, I ended up taking someone's life, you know, in fear of them taking my life.
Best that I could. Some brothers are no good, or could it be they misunderstood? See, back in my hood, broke bread every chance that I got. Kept all my homies' pockets back in '85.
I met this one brother, and I used to use the N-word a lot, and a lot of curse words and this and that, and I would still get a lot of applause. And this one brother, he told me, he said, if you want to impress me, he said, when you want to call yourself a real MC is when you can get that same applause without using the N-word and without cursing. You know, so I started using words to fill in those curse words, and I took that N-word up out of there, and I started getting the same applause. You know, words that I say, they can invoke a person. I have a responsibility for what I put out there. I see you, even when the world don't recognize your hustle and the struggle while you working your 9 to 5.
Yeah, I see you.
With your ex picking the kids up, making sure they see two parents cause one's never enough.
Yeah,
and
I see you.
With picket signs, votes, and protests, taking a stand, fighting for truth, giving your best. Yeah, I see you. So in case you feel you've been forgotten, just remember, in the midst of it all, somebody's watching.
Yeah, I see you.
If you see me walking down the street with my head hanging down, don't pass me by, look in my eye, and you'll see pain you can't describe. Ghetto against my lifestyle, face full of frowns, nothing but letdowns. These are the type of men I grew up around. And oh, I just want to say, ooh-wee, listen. You see, I live to fail, in and out of jail. Won't even listen to my mother that loves me and knows me very well.
Prison is a place where, almost to a man, we all fear the idea of being forgotten. That in some way, our families, our loved ones, the woman that we may have had, our children, and no overall society is going to forget us. And so we really, really cling to that thought that, man, I got to stay alive, not just physically, but I got to stay alive in spirit, and I got to stay alive in mind. Part of the reason why we do the work we do in terms of trying to stop violence and try to help young men change their mindsets and turn their lives around is because it's another way of staying alive. It's another way of saying that even though people in society may have given up on me, I haven't given up on myself and my ability to contribute to society.
Trying to live my life patiently, trying to brush aside negativity, try not to judge the people like me, try to make love my philosophy.
I keep struggling every day to just keep moving forward in life and trying to have a positive influence on young people. Because a man is behind bars, because he's done a horrendous thing, it doesn't mean there isn't a spark of goodness in us and there isn't something that's redeemable in us.
Say that certain lyrics and things have effect, we don't want to accept that in our culture. That said, we always throw it off and say, nah, music doesn't have nothing to do with the way people behave, but it does. It has an effect on the makeup of us as human beings.
It's about how you can use music and spoken words to help people see who they are and who they're capable of being. To me, that's what this project is about.